Welcome back to another video for Town of Salem. Today, we'll be covering last wills and a thing called Tactical Mafia kills. I'm sure some of you are scratching your heads right now, wondering, what exactly is Tactical Mafia? Well, I'll get to that. But before I get into that, I'm going to explain the flaws with last wills and where exactly we go from there concerning them. For starters, I think I should explain what last wills are used for. Last wills are commonly understood as a method for players to track their night actions and thoughts on the game, so when they die, their information and data aren't lost. Why is that bad? Taking notes and tracking occurrences isn't bad, until it inherently nerfs a role and allows for players to gather information and sit on it, essentially allowing them ample time to find scum or deduce things unopposed. What it makes for is evildoers being at a disadvantage because they are shooting in the dark when it comes to finding those roles that can find them. Last wills promote discussion-less towns, and by definition, scum cannot read players, and it's basically random whether they hit a priority role or not. Let me give you a moment to process this. Okay, can you possibly think of a time where you played Town of Salem and hardly anybody talked? I know I have, many times. And this I believe to be in large because of last wills. Town basically records all their data in their wills, sits on the information, and allows scum to randomly kill. In essence, whoever gets luckier wins. And sadly, the odds are in Town's favor here. I mentioned a role that is inherently nerfed. Medium. Medium is countered by last wills, as roles share all their data there. There's no need for a medium. The last will is, for all extensive purposes, a medium. Removing last wills would be an excellent balance decision because it'd bring purpose and engagement to an ordinarily boring role. So let's review what we've gone over so far. 1. Last wills promote little discussion, which gives Town an unfair advantage because scum is forced to kill at random, because they have no reads to go off of. And 2. It counters medium. It is medium, essentially. Removing it would bring engagement to medium. Great. Moving on. The next topic I'll cover is Tactical Mafia. Tactical Mafia is a mechanics change made to the Mafia faction that allows them to perform the factional kill slightly differently. If you don't understand what that means, it means that basically it's a change to how they kill every night. So what's the change exactly? Any single member of the Mafia can sacrifice their night action to perform the faction's kill. Blackmailer can do it, Framer can do it, or Godfather if he wants to. This would allow for a multitude of things. Improved strategy and communication between Mafia members. New role list, also known as you aren't restricted to having Mafioso/Godfather. An example would be Godfather, Mafia Support, Mafia Deception, Random Mafia. And finally, the Mafia would in general be buffed, and it'd take away the immense power of roles such as Escort and minimize the disruption of Witch. So let's recap. 1. Allows for more strategic and improved play. 2. Reduces the power of Escort and other role blockers, and lessens the damage roles such as Witch can cause. 3. Allows for a balanced role list. So what happens to Mafioso? Easy. Mafioso can perform any Mafia member's night action for them, protecting them from lookout, bodyguard, etc. He basically becomes your bullet sponge, and he is a Mafia amnesiac who can remember any Graveyard Mafia's role, which is pretty cool. To conclude, Last Will removal and Mafia Tactical being implemented are both strides Town of Salem must take if it wants to achieve a more balanced game. In addition, none of this has to happen in the game in general. It could be simple ranked changes, or an entirely new game mode. That being said, I hope you learned something today, and I'll see you next time, where I'll be discussing Werewolf and how to fix that mess. Later, mates.